Hi, let's talk about 5 drastic remedies to solve your clutter frustration with your partner. I'm Colette Roy. I focus on solutions for frustrated couples due to home clutter. Tune in. I got a lot to say. Hopefully you'll learn a ton from it. Let's transform your frustration. I'm going to list these in the order of drasticness, at least in my opinion, maybe not yours, but it's going to go from low to high. So stick around and find out what I think the last one is. All right, let's talk about some drastic measures. They might be drastic for you, they might not be, but let's see. How about you guys commit to having private spaces in 1 or 2 of the rooms? So maybe you carve out a little art nook for yourself inside of the, I don't know, we're just going to say the office space. Or maybe it's in the bedroom. Some room that you have extra space that you can move a desk or something in there that is only going to be for you. That's one option. We could do a small little nook in the living room where you have your meditation cushion, or you have draped a tapestry in the corner or something, just so you can have a little privacy. And the main goal with this whole separation idea is that you're not impacting each other with clutter. You get to have your private space however you want it, without ideally putting your partner under any duress with their nervous system, with their mind. Sometimes clutter is incredibly stressful for people, and I wrote a book about it. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how your partner's body might be functioning when they're in clutter versus how yours does, it's a good read. Highly recommend it. So try that one, separate private spaces. The next one I would recommend, number 2, decide not to share a clothing closet. I've seen some of my clients work with this very well. It's been a really wonderful thing for, obviously the woman tends to have more clothing, not always, but most times that I've seen, they love to have the primary closet to themselves. And so their partner, or whichever person decides to go into hopefully the guest bedroom closet, doesn't have as much clothing, isn't super challenged by this whole concept of getting dressed in a different room. It offers a little bit of separation, and it will help alleviate some of the tension that I see inside of people's closets. There's a lot of projection of they have too much stuff, or I have no space, and all of that is very real, and everyone has a different perception of what is true. So if you take some separation from it, it really gives some expansiveness and some autonomy from one another. Thumbs up. Number 3, you could try this. Not many people are into it, but I recommend it to just as an experiment. All of this is experimentation, by the way. That's what I would say. Just open your mind to thinking about trying something for a week, 2 weeks. You don't have to do it forever, but it's going to give you data that you both can learn from. I loved it. I hated it. Maybe we just do it 2 times a night. Who knows? Whatever. But this next one, number 3, is sleep divorce. Sleep divorce, which you can learn a little bit more. I'm going to not go into too much detail here, but sleep divorce is in this next video I'd recommend checking out. And what you do is you have separate bedrooms, or at least separate places to sleep. And you don't sleep in the same bed every night. You can, of course, share your bed with each other as much as you choose to, but it gives this wonderful, wonderful freedom to have a very solid night's sleep, not impacted by someone snoring, restless legs, jumping around, you name it, who knows. Everyone's different. Temperature differences, that's a big one I hear. A lot of my clients talk a lot about how the temperature is a huge source of frustration because one's freezing and one's sweating. So anyway, try it. Sleep divorce. If you have a guest bedroom that's not getting used, try it for a couple of nights. See how you both feel in the morning, and try to just open up to a new paradigm, a new belief, a new opportunity to try something new. I know inside of this culture, Not sleeping together has a lot of ramifications for some folks, but it doesn't mean anything. It means that you might actually have a little bit more sleep. That is yummy. If you would just take a hot second to like this video and think about subscribing to the channel, I'd love to be pals. So, sleep divorce, give it a shot. Now we're going to talk about number 4. Think about a separate room completely from each other. Again, this is sort of sleep divorce, but this is more around not just using a guest bedroom as a temporary. This is, okay, no, this is my bedroom and this is your bedroom. Or it could be, make sure that you're having separate offices. I've seen some couples think, oh, well, we only have one room for that, so we're going to share. A lot of times that creates a ton of friction between them because they more oftentimes than not do their desk very differently with clutter, quotients, and so forth, and maybe loud talking on the phone. So if you can split your office, I would recommend that for certain. Office, bedroom, that's about the only 2 that I could really think of that would make sense to take a nice separation for each of you. Well, that's my last one, separate rooms. That's sort of the biggie, because a lot of people are not too much a fan. But again, everything can be an experiment. Try it all, especially if you want to try and not feel so frustrated with your partner's clutter. If you can have a space to go that doesn't feel cluttered and you can feel peaceful in it, it's worth the experiment, in my opinion. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Colette Roy, and I look forward to seeing you soon.